Hey guys, so today we've actually got another kind of video. Now, today we're actually going to be going over Donald Mustard's tweets, and why I think we've been wrong about every single one of them being the monster. Like, you know, the Polar Peak monster, the eyeball, and all that jazz, and yeah, you know. So, a lot of people think that the monster was being contained in Pressure Plant, and we all know that that is now false. Unless they're somehow building the robot on top of the monster. But here is why I completely think otherwise. And that we're actually following Donald Mustard's tweets with two characters instead of one. So, before we get into this, leave a like and subscribe if you want to. I don't mind at all. It's completely your choice. I mean, if you want to, I mean, that's great because it helps support the channel, but yeah. Let's get on to the video. So, this is the timeline for the Catus Eye and the Polar Peak monster, the same character, whatever. So this is the timeline what we've got with Donald Mustard's tweets. So if you don't know who Donald Mustard is, he is the worldwide creative director of Epic Games, and he's basically one of the main heads, if not the head of Fortnite, so yeah. Regardless, his first location was the iceberg. And now, the reason why I believe this is obviously the monster, is because the monster was trapped inside the iceberg at Polar Peak. The next one was circling. And the thing with circling is, that was when the monster was circling the island, with the Polar Peak castle on top of it. Hungry was when he was roaming the island and destroying things. And I think that's where he took a bite out of the cable, or, I don't know, stood on the cable or chomped it or something. Regardless, when the monster was hungry, that was when he was going around destroying the island. And then after that, we had roaming. And roaming meant he was going around the island, finding more locations, like Loot Lake. I think Hungry was the one with Pleasant Park, actually. Then he changed it to roaming when he got to Loot Lake. So yeah, oops, sorry. Anyway, let's go on to who I think the other character is, and that is he's actually tracking Singularity'S movements as well. So the first one here, this might be for the monster as well, but I have reason to believe it's Singularity because of logic reasons. The monster cannot be at its own eyeball, because that's part of the monster. The monster cannot be at himself, essentially. So I think Singularity saw the eyeball over at Polar Peak, of course, and that's why I believe that's the first point in Singularity'S timeline. Now, the next thing was Pressure Plant. Singularity needed to take care of this thing in Polar Peak, so she went to Pressure Plant and started to prepare, as you can see, the third stage. And what did she prepare? The robot, of course, which she is now building over at Pressure Plant, not Polar Peak. And yeah, Singularity is building over a Pressure Plant with the robot, which by the way is called Doggus, if you didn't know. So, I'm sure YouTubers have mentioned it. Postbox Pat is one that I know about. Go sub to him, by the way. So, like, YouTubers like them have been noting that Catus versus Doggus is going to be a thing. That was my theory, by the way. And that's generally what I believe. The robot parts have been found in the Doggus files in Fortnite's Creative Athena folder. Creative? Where did Creative come from? Fortnite's Unreal Engine Athena folder. And then Catus, the eye came from the Catus files, the machine came from the Doggus files. And if that doesn't tell you, it's a cat versus a dog. It's obvious at this point, guys. Regardless, that's Singularity'S movements. Donald Mustard has been covering two characters all along, when we thought he was only covering the monster. And we know that Singularity's building the robot, because the cables on the robot's leg are the same as the ones found at Loot Lake. Loot Lake, sorry. Ugh, voice crack. Okay. Oh, I need to stop moving this mic, it's getting on my nerves. I'm making a lot of noise today. Regardless, though, that is what I generally think is going on. Donald Mustard is not, locating the monster anymore. He is now locating Singularity'S movements and what she is doing to counteract the monster. So yeah, that's what I think, guys. That's what I think a lot of you are going to start to think. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Actually, one more thing. I would like to give a shout out to some of my other friends. Cruzy, Springtime Games, Fierce, Click, and basically anyone in the Postbox's staff team. You guys have all been great. And yeah, especially you pre-guards as well. Pre-guards, guards, mods, and of course Pat himself. Anyone in the Postbox staff team, you guys have all been great. Shout out to everyone in the Postbox as well. Sub to Click. And yeah, see you all in the next video.